It's like working with my brother. He's like mi hermano. It's the happiest I've ever seen him. It's the biggest movie he ever made. He loves this movie, and he loves the fact that the world is now going to see it. Everything in this movie for him is very personal. He's the exact same guy I met 21 years ago. The only thing that changes is the size of the movie. Sometimes they're really big, sometimes they're really small, but you always see this incredible artist at work from the first one to this last one. It's the same guy.
Hola Ron, bienvenido a México. Y en primera quería preguntarte que nos platiques un poco de tu papel en la película y ese tono divertido que le das, pues, con tu personaje.
Well, it becomes funny because of how serious he is about what he does. He's like over the top. He's like a cartoon character because the way he worships things is like, you know, he's wearing 24 karat gold shoes. You know, he dresses himself like a futuristic, you know, dealer in Vegas on steroids. You know, and it's clear that he doesn't tolerate anything that will get in the way of his accumulation of wealth. So he's a bit of a gangster in that way. You know, he has no morality, no political affiliations, no loyalties to anything but making money. So and then he's invented himself. He gives himself this name Hannibal Chau, you know, so that you know you already have a mystique before you even meet him. So yeah, he's larger than life.
Aparte de los zapatos, ¿qué fue lo que más te divirtió en la película?
What I really like is the story, the backstory of these creatures that don't come from, you know, space. They're not random. They've been building up this, waiting for this moment to reemerge, and they're living in the core of the earth. And they're very sophisticated in terms of how they communicate and how self-protective they are. You know, any species that lives as long as these have, there's an intelligence to them, and there's an intelligence to the way the story is told. So that the struggle is not just eye candy, it's not just one-dimensional, but it has to do with the sins of the earth and whether they're ever truly addressed or not. And these guys are coming to force us to address them.
Si pudieras entrar, como en tu personaje, que entras a la mente de estas criaturas, si pudieras entrar a la mente de cualquier otra criatura dentro del universo de la ciencia ficción, ¿a cuál te gustaría entrar?
I have so much shit going on in my own mind. I have no room for anybody else's shit.
Ok, yo creo que más bien sería alguien que quisiera entrar en tu mente, ¿no?
Try it, you know, abandon hope, all ye who enter here.
¿Nos puedes platicar un poco sobre si hay algún proyecto de Hellboy 3? Y pues qué es lo que podemos esperar de Rob.
You can expect for me to mount the best battle that I can mount, even though I'm not a guy who has $200 million to make the movie. So I have to, you know, just mount the argument. But I think that we've asked the fans to ride with us on these two journeys, Hellboy 1 and Hellboy 2, and knowing that the payoff was not going to happen until Hellboy 3, you know, that the story would not be truly resolved. All of these questions would be put into place in the first two movies, and that the third one was going to be this amazing, theatrical, unbelievable epic. You know, is he a force for evil or is he a force for good? And what will he have to sacrifice in order to be one or the other? And now he has a family, he has two sons. So I feel that there's a very compelling reason to do a third Hellboy movie. I discuss it with Guillermo every time I see him. He agrees with me. Now it's just a question of finding the time and the money.
Bueno, por último, tú te identificas mucho, por ejemplo, vemos que Guillermo te utiliza mucho y le gusta mucho trabajar contigo, porque siempre tus papeles son un poco como antihéroes, se puede decir, porque no eres malo, pero tampoco no eres la bondad. ¿Y crees que ella te gusta mucho identificarte con este tipo de papeles?
Yes. You know, I've even before I met Guillermo, I was always going back and forth. I was either playing somebody very, very bad or somebody very, very good. Very often, nothing in between, because I don't know. I have a flair for these extremes, perhaps. And Guillermo, when we started working together, all of the roles that he presented to me were immediately identifiable by me, because he's able to drift with Ron Perlman and understand, you know, my worldview, which is nothing is too good or too bad ever. It's all a balance, you know. And there are certain things you fight and die and kill for, like family, like your country. And the rest of it you just laugh off because it's not very serious. So, you know, that's Ron's worldview. And Guillermo has found ways to create characters that really fit me, like a tailor-made suit, like Hannibal Chau's suit. And the roles that I have the most affection for are the 5 roles I've played with Guillermo. Ron Perlman, I just saw Pacific Rim last night here in Mexico City, 2 blocks from the place I was living 21 years ago when I was shooting Kronos, just off of Reforma. It's the biggest movie Guillermo's ever made. It's brilliantly smart. It's incredibly fun to watch because the action is mind-bogglingly good. You should try to see it in 3D. I hate 3D. I loved this movie in 3D because Guillermo sets the bar, as he usually does, way higher than anybody ever has, and you're going to love this movie.